Holidays are a big time for gatherings, so whether you're a host with the most or a guest looking for their best, it's important to remember your manners. Courtney's standing by with a few helpful tips.
Yeah, we're joined by our civility expert, Rosalinda Randall. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so we love the books, Keep Your Distance and all the tips that we get, but it's getting real, right? Because we're approaching the holiday season. It's a little more breathable this year. You know, we're still in a pandemic, but people are starting to get together. But you've got some suggestions so that we can keep it civil for the family gatherings.
Well, at least attempt to, right?
Attempt to.
That's what we want to do. We don't want to cause the trouble. We want to,
Sure.
solve it or at least not add to it. Yeah, a few things that you can keep in mind is first, if you're going to be the host, first check with local guidelines.
Yeah.
Go on your county. And it varies from county to county. And if you're having guests from a different county, that might be important. They might show up and go, well, we don't have to do that here. And then it's an awkward situation and so on. So do that. I would also check with neighbors. That's something that we should have done, we usually do pre-COVID.
Sure.
But some neighbors are still very leery when you have a big congregation, and it's better to advise them in advance, because I've heard people calling the police on their neighbors because they have a gathering. So try and ease that, or buy them some nice candle or wine after the party. Another thing that you can do is inform your guests naturally. And then also, when you do the research, is it a requirement, a suggestion, or a mandate? If it's just a recommendation, some of your guests may say, well, I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But my rule is like your house, your rules. Also, and then there are personal beliefs and protocols that we all follow in our homes or do not follow. What are they? What are the levels of anxiety of the people with you? Whether you're hosting with roommates, a partner, spouse, whatever, you need to consider them as well.
Okay.
Because if they still have high levels of anxiety and you're going to be handing out wipes every 5 minutes to everyone, that might be uncomfortable for your guests. So consider them. Protocols. Do you have too many? Too few? You can't accommodate all your guests. Are you going to require proof of vaccination? Are you going to turn people away if they don't? And you better tell them in advance in your invitation. It's sort of like the old etiquette back in when it all started. You had rules on the back of the invitation.
Yeah.
I think we're going back to that. So is a COVID test enough? Are masks optional? Are you going to require them? If you do, you better have some handy. Does this apply to children? Does it apply to pets? All of these things need to be considered before your guests show up and it's an awkward situation.
Absolutely. Just a few seconds left, but I do want to say, coming up in the next hour, we're going to talk a little bit more about those adjustments and such, and then it's the guest list that you really have to consider when we're doing this in this time that we're in. So, Rosalinda, can you hang out with us coming up in the next hour?
Yes, thank you so much.
Fantastic. All right. In the meantime, we're going to make it easy for you to get in touch with our civility expert, Rosalinda Randall. All the details on our website, gooddaysacramento.com. Show info and today's date. And you can pick up her 2 books as well. All right. We'll see you in the next hour.
Thank you.
All right. Code, back over to you.
She's the best, even though she's never invited me over to her house. I think there's reasons.
There might be.
I hope you like your breakfast.